Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Catherine Omboy and I'd just like to thank you for being here. Kama ulikuwa kimakosa umejipata hapa, I just want to tell you sio kimakosa. There's a reason why you're here. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always finding my content worth the watch. But if you are the one I was talking about, umejipata hapa, kindly make it a point to be part of this family by subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to find the right position. Yeah. By subscribing to my channel, I promise you content that is worth your watch. I promise you content that tickles your every aspect of life. So, as the topic suggests, it's the month of March, and I felt I shouldn't let this month pass without me airing my my thoughts about this whole issue. See, it's sad to think that the month of March was supposed to be a month where we celebrate women and all that, but iliend up kuwa ni month ya kutuhurumia, kutukashifu for those that walikashifu women, to make to feel like, you know, it ended up being a month where we're talking about all the bad things that happen to women because they've been happening even during this month. So for a moment nilikuwa na feel ni kama I shouldn't talk about this because for one I am not an expert. Mimi sio, I am not a psychologist or a psychiatrist ama mtu anapeana advice for people who have gone through stuff. Number two, I am not a rape victim, okay? And I do not know anyone who personally has been through that particular kind of shit. But then again, I sat and thought and was like, I might not be any of those, but I am a woman. And of course I have thoughts and I have things I can say about this whole issue. So, number one, I just want to say, like, it's really sad that at a hii time, it's really sad that even imwaka bado tunaongelea stories za rape, tunaongelea stories za consent, you know? And I just want to talk to those people who go like, wasichana mko cheap, acheni kukunywa vitu za watu za bure, mbona mnadhani utaenda ununuliwe lunch na usilipie. So I'm here thinking, wewe ndio umenipata penye niko. You gave me your card, you're like, hi, let's go for drink sometime. Sio mimi nilikuitisha, let's start there. Sawa? Sio mimi nilikuitisha. Sikuwa nimeandika billboard nikasema of how I am a hungry girl, I need some lunch or I need some drinks. You're the one who felt I was worth spending time with, right? How then does it end up that unani invite for lunch ukiexpect nikupatie sex, yet ni wewe umeni invite? You understand? Like, I hate it how men, okay, I'm not going to generalize, but I hate it how society has made it look like as a lady you should know, unafaa ujue, like ni lazima, as in ni common sense ujue ukibaiwa lunch ama ukibaiwa drinks lazima ulipe na sex. You understand? Like, it's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. And people keep saying of how, unadhani kwani kuna kitu ya bure. Me, I want to talk to the men. I want to ask you, ni mara ngapi unaendanga mahali na vijana wenzako na wananunua pombe na unakunywa ya bure? Do they then ask for sex? Do they then ask you to go with them kwa room kwa sababu umekunywa pombe yao ya bure? And how is it an exception when it's the opposite sex? And how many times do you even go out at a dem na kuinvite for lunch na expect anything in return? Like, it's just company, you know? What also disgusts me is the fact that, like, I saw another meme. It's not a meme actually, it's a tweet. It was a screenshot of a tweet where a lady was talking about, alikuwa Naivas, kwa supermarket ya Naivas, and cashier mmoja ama watu wa kupack mmoja anaambia the other person cheki tuzo, you know, and like hiyo wanaambiana cheki umeona tuzo za huyo dem, as in bust. And there were people who were arguing as it's a compliment. That's not a compliment. I think we need to learn how to treat women, you know. It's not a compliment. Kwani yeye ni ng'ombe? Yes, si ng'ombe. If you see something nice kwa mwanamke, mwambie hi, you look nice, and that's it. You don't have to make them feel all uncomfortable and make them feel like an item or an object. You understand? I hate it when kwa history yote kumetana watu wasichana ni wa cheap. Mnataka tu vitu za bure. Like, when do you invite for lunch? It's really sad that most of the times, personally, from my own experience, I hate it's sad that most of the times nikitembea kwa hizi njia peke yangu, maybe I'm coming from work, natembea niende nipande gari, lazima nivae earphones hata kama sina music, because sitaki kuongeleshwa na sitaki huyu msee afeel ni kama anaweza ni cut call, you know. It's so, what do I call it, it's uncomfortable. It's very very uncomfortable. Tuache kukua wase wenye dem akipita, you want to comment on how they look, you want to comment on their breast or their ass. And imagine ina feelingi vibaya sana because society iko hivyo. By the time ni dress up by the time napanga nguo yangu ya kesho, I have to have thought 1,000 things. Nifikirie of how, what if kuhappen kitu nikienda kushuka gari nionekane mgongo, what as in hii dress nikivaa, what if itende ikipanda, what if kuhappen tu ipi nitoke bust zangu zionekane, what if ama nitabeba sling bag ndio nifunike hapa mbele. As in, do you guys feel like that's fair? Like, it's really really not fair. Also, like, I was listening to some talk on some episode on Tuko Talks. Tuko Talks are doing a very very good job, because I learned a lot from that particular talk. I think I'm going to tag them. And they were talking about this whole issue of rape, and the lady was talking about, like, do you know how much our country does not care for such cases, that hadi hakupati privacy ukienda hata kureport. And she was talking about just how she took a friend kwenda kureport rape, you know, kwenda kureport rape. And since ni hii time ya COVID and we are not supposed to be so crowded and everyone wamekaa mbalimbali, the police had to shout, for instance, wewe Catherine, wewe ndio wa rape, wewe ndio umerepiwa. And everyone had to look at her like, as in, why can't we find there's no safe space to talk about these things. There's no safe space to for victims waende waongee washtaki ama waende waongee na mtu. There's judgment all over. And this issue, sanga, when did rape become ati time yenye ulikuwa nje ndio an issue? Just vile tu mwanaume anaweza kuwa nje saa 5. Isn't it the same way I'm allowed to be outside at 11? Must I always check the time ndio nikuwe kwa nyumba mapema ndio nisirepiwe? Haiwezi kuwa ndio nisiporwe. Haiwezi kuwa ndio tu ni get home safe, nikuwe early home. Must it be lazima nikuwe home early ndio nisirepiwe? Do you guys know the number of times we prefer kutembelea kwa barabara katikati, tusitembelee kuku kwa sababu nitagropiwa? Ama nitasikia mtu amewhisper kitu yenye itanifanya ni feel so uncomfortable. Yeah, and I was telling you guys, there was that tweet, and the lady was talking about how bad she felt because those people at Naivas walikuwa wanaongelea bust yake hivyo. And I'm thinking, do you have a daughter at home? Do you have a sister? Do you have a niece? Do you? Do you? And must you comment? I personally respect someone mwenye atanipita aniambia madam looking nice. But hizo vitu zingine, oh madam, hiyo matiti. Like, it's really sad that women have to go through those things. And it's really sad that women have to lose their lives. Alafu kuna mtu anafikiria wewe ni mcheap, so mi na deserve kukufa kwa sababu nilikunywa drinks zako na drinks zenye wewe ulini invite kukunywa, so na deserve kukufa. You know, and as women I think we should also support our fellow women. There's a time kulikuwa na issues za our women, ilikuwa inasemekana women wa Roysambu vile wana date maoga, and so many women died at that time. So many women died kwa sababu for one wanatumiwa sijui kusafirisha drugs, wanashikwa, wengine wanatumika sijui rituals nini, and I must admit I was among the people that were like, sinikutaka pesa. And I feel so bad that I was among the people that would say that. Na history yote imetuleta hapa na sisi wote ni women. You understand? If a lady, if first of all, let's set aside the story ya kwa nini una meet na stranger. Ask your mother and father how they met. The first time they met, your mom and dad met, they were strangers. They met over a cup of coffee or wherever they were. And very many marriages and relationships start from, hi, my name is Samuel, my name is Anthony, here's my card, kindly call me, we can have a drink or two. And these things progress into being relationships. Kwa hivyo acheni kukani kama mnatukashifu ati mbona unaenda mahali na stranger. How then do you get to meet your soulmate if you don't go out? How then do you get to meet your future husband if you don't go out with a stranger? So I feel like this country, we have done so much of victimizing the victim and making the victim feel more guilty than the person that has done the particular than the one that's guilty, who is the man. You understand? And I'm not seated here talking about women and ignoring the fact that men also go through rape. I know they do, and it's sad because kwa hiyo Tuko Talks there was a guy that was talking about that whole issue also, na alikuwa anasema of how he was victimized at a very very young age, alikuwa assaulted at a very very young age. So he came up with a foundation. It's like a foundation where men that have gone through rape can go and speak it out and talk about it, like it's just like a safe space. And he was talking about just how ukisema umerepiwa as a man, first of all the first thing that comes to people's mind is unajifanya na ulienjoy. You understand? It's still rape, and the Kenyan government does not make it any easier. Do you imagine hakuna court, there's no court in Kenya yenye iko set aside just for these things, you know? Hata kama it's a minor, what happens is it's the normal court, watu wanaambiangwa tu watoke nje. And wakitoka nje, do you imagine you're facing the person who raped you? Like, nimeka hapa na rapist na mtu mwenye alinirape ameka hapa, and I'm supposed to face you. I'm supposed to face you and tell the court what happened. And the reason why most of these things zinaendanga unpunished ni kwa sababu as a minor tuseme like I am 12 or 10 or 9, nikishindwa kutoa hiyo confession, kuisema vile ulinifanyia, si kesi anymore, because wewe victim hujasema nini umse alikufanyia. But think about it manze, huyu mtoi alirepiwa na umse na amesimama hapo amemface hapo. Niambie kama hata wewe hauta freeze. You're going to freeze. You'll freeze and you're not even going to talk. So the number one thing is I think Kenya tunafaa kuwa na special courts zenye tunafanyia hizi vitu. Like it's inaniumiza sana ku think that every single minute niko nje na risk kurepiwa. Like ati niko susceptible to be raped just because I'm a woman. Just because I'm a woman, just because I found you nice and you invited me for a drink or two, so now I'm supposed to give you sex, and if I don't, you have a right to rape me. You have a right to rape me. Let's talk consent. Consensual sex is not consensual sex is buying seller, buying willing seller, willing buyer. Nasikia? Lack of consent ni willing buyer, unwilling seller, but you still take it. Na, can you stop pretending? Hawa wasichana wanalalanga na men for money, wame consent. Sawa. And from the word go, tulikuwa tumeagree. We had agreed from they had agreed, we had agreed from the word go, tutaenda out, we will go get a room and you'll give me 10,000. That's an agreed whatever. That is consent. Sawa. Hiyo tumeagree. Kwa hivyo tuache kumake wasichana wakae ni kama hao ni wako so filthy. Like how do you go take someone's food? How do you go take someone's drinks and you don't think you're going to pay for them? How am I going to pay for them? You invited me for that drink. You invited me for that lunch or that dinner or whatever. Tuache kumake ikae normal. Tuache kunormalize. Lazima nimekupeleka out, nimekununulia drinks, so lazima unipe sex. Stop raping. Let's stop raping our women, please. Let's stop raping our women. And I was also listening to Man Talks KE, and they were talking about this whole issue. Na kitu ili stand out sana kwa hizo talks ni ati manze, men wana need to go through so much. I don't want to call it training, because vitu zingine pia ni common sense, honestly. Vitu zingine ni common sense. But what stood out for me is there are so many changes that we need to have. So many changes that we need to have. We need to start looking at our women differently. We need to be more open. Like, if we are going for, if you're taking me for drinks because you expect sex in return, kindly say it from the word go. Say it from the word go. Kama ni hapana, niseme ni hapana. Sawa. Kama ni sawa, niseme ni sawa. But tuache kukaa ni kama kila saa tuna victimize, tuna make wanawake wa feel ni kama hao nyinyi ndio mnafanya hata hizi vitu ziwafanyikie. It's really wrong. And women, acheni tuache kukuwa tuna laugh off vitu zingine. If someone says something to you and it's uncomfortable, tell them I do not like what you're saying to me and it's uncomfortable. Tuache kukuwa wale wasichana wa kuilaugh it off. Aki wewe. Unakuanga na ufala. Tuache. Let's stop. Let's totally stop. I was watching Aunt Tamima some other time, and there were rape victims. Sasa hata wamekuwa kubwa. But one thing that stood out is nilienda nikamwambia mom, dada ananishikashika. Mama kaniambia ninyamaze. Parents, mna play a very big role in raising these men. Mna play a very big role in making this whole situation a very terrible situation. It's getting worse because of you. Kama mtoto alikuja akakwambia dada ananishikashika, unamwambia nyamaze, unamwambia nyamaze nini? Listen to your children. Listen to your children. Acheni kusema anawaibisha. I feel so bad. Like, growing up a woman, na feel ni kama growing up a woman in a country that does not give two shits about us is a whole task. It's a whole task because every time I need to protect myself. And you know, there comes a time where una feel kama no one else ako hapo kuni protect, me nitajiprotect. Kwa hiyo tuko talks, the guy was talking about a guy who came to him na alikuwa anamwambia of how alirepiwa akienda nyumbani kwa some bridge huko to Islands. And this guy was telling that counselor that what I did is I didn't even report them. I didn't report them because I knew that in a few months, one, I knew nitastigmatiziwa kwa sababu I am a man. Of course I must have felt nice, as in it's sex, you know, it's sex, especially when men are reporting that a woman raped them. They're like, ai, wewe, you enjoyed, acha kujifanya. Number 2, you're a man, why didn't you defend yourself? Number 3, aje sasa, unarepiwa aje ulirepiwa. So this guy was telling the counselor that he didn't even report. What he did is, he just hired goons. He hired goons, and akawambia waende wadil na wase walimrip. And they killed them. Those goons killed them. They killed those rapists on his behalf. And he was so happy about it because, for one, the only time they'll never hurt him when they are 6 feet deep. You know? Number 2, he won't live to tell the tale. They won't live to tell that. They won't live to tell the tale and be very happy that they ever did that to him. And he will never leave this world knowing, he now does not leave this world knowing that watu wenye walimfanya chenye walimfanyia wako tu mahali wanafurahia. At least he knows where they are. They are 6 feet under. And this is because the country does not leave any choice for people. Because kama kuna place naweza enda ku report simini deal nayo kivyangu. Like the main point of this whole video that I made was tuache kumekwa tu feel ni kama ni fault yao kufanyi kuassaultiwa. It's no one's fault. It's the assaulter's fault. It's not your fault that you were raped. It's not on you. Hata kama ulikuwa umevaa nini. That point of kuvaa, men wanasemanga, oh, ulikuwa umevaa nini? Even women, it's very sad that even women reason that way. Oh, ulisema ulirepiwa, kwani ulikuwa umevaa nini? Hiyo dress ulikuwa umevaa ilikuwa fupi. Oh, hiyo top ulikuwa umevaa ilikuwa inaonyesha hata cleavage. Oh, hizo pants ulikuwa umevaa hata zilikuwa zinaonyesha your ass was shaking all over the place. Na ule mtoto wa 3 years mwenye ulirape, alikuonyesha nini? Bust. Ama alikuwa seductive. Ama alikuwa na the baby had a big ass. You can never fault people for your bad manners and your perversion. You can never fault people. So hata nikwe nimevaa nini, it does not call for me to be raped. My short skirt does not say rape me. My cleavage does not scream touch me. My pants do not scream grope me. Okay, I have a right to wear whatever I want to wear. Wewe na bad manners zako jieke huko. If the same person who rapes a 22-year-old ati amevaa kitu fupi is the same man that is going to rape a 2-year-old. Huyo 2-year-old alikuonyesha nini? Ni tabia yako mbaya. So, let's stop victimizing victims. Let's stop making victims feel that like they should not come out and talk about rape. Imagine one in every 4 women have been assaulted before. But most of them, isn't statistics zimekuwa reported. What about the ones that shied away from reporting? Let's be better. Anyway, guys, that's all I had to say about this whole issue. And bottom line, I celebrate all women. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. Hii mwaka hatujakuwa celebrated hii month because of all these things. But it's a high time as we come to a close of this month. I hope that all of us are going to be better. Let's be more careful. Let's be more vocal. Ukifeel ni kama ile comment ya kazini yako ya hey, kama ungekuwa kazini yangu wewe ningeku tell them you're feeling it's uncomfortable. What you're saying to me should not be said. I'm your cousin. Colleague wako akipita hapo akwambia nini, you know, aongee vitu zenye zinakumeka uncomfortable, say it. Inaanza hivyo anaanza kukushika, unakosa kusema kwa sababu of course office itasema na uonanga mkiflat. So make sure you protect yourself, be as vocal as you can, and congratulations to every woman that has supported this whole movement of end rape culture. Tumekuwa together, and not talking is giving consent. Sawa, ukikuwa wewe you're the kind of person that is so vocal about politics and all those things, economic nini. If you're that kind of person that is so vocal about but when it comes to such things umenyamaza, you're not any better. You're not any better. So tuungane, let's be better, and everything is going to be okay. Sawa. Yeah, so that's all I had for today. May God bless you. May you learn to be better. For anyone that's feeling so low, something happened to them and they can't, please, may God, naomba tu Mungu akupe courage ya speak out. Don't die alone. Speak it out. Talk to someone so that you feel better. So that was all for today. If you have any comment regarding this whole issue, kindly feel free to comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.